Hey IGN, what's going on? Zach Ryan here with my main man, Jose Otero. And we're here to talk to you about Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, which we saw today.
Yeah, so this is coming to current gen consoles, so that means your PS4, your Xbox One. The port is more in line with the PC version, which came out a couple years ago, that added some extra difficulties, but the focus for these console versions seems to be more characters and sort of, in essence, more fighting styles.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? The bottom line to me coming out of it was replayability was top, like first and foremost on their minds when they're producing this special edition. Yeah. We're looking at 5 playable characters, right? So let's go through them. So you've got, oh no, more than that, 6.
Yeah, so
you've got Dante and Nero,
who were there from the original. Then you've got a Virgil campaign, which has a special intro and apparently its own ending, but it does bridge through all the campaigns all the characters you have sort of flow through the same campaign, but some of them have custom sort of beginnings and endings. Right. So Virgil's one of those, and then you have Trish and Lady. Right. So Trish has been playable before in Devil May Cry. If you know that character, she's actually been sort of a hidden playable character, at least since the first game. But Lady, which you may remember from, or you should remember from Devil May Cry 3, makes her first appearance as a playable character. And we got to see all of these characters, but we were only able to capture, unfortunately, Virgil, which is what we can cut to and show you. But I have to say to you, Lady and Trish,
super cool.
Both bring it to the table for the most part.
If you ever played Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Trish plays a lot like she did in Marvel vs. Capcom. A lot of distance attacks and then getting up close and personal with fists and feet, and lots of lightning bolts flying around everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, lots of particle effects and whatnot happening. And I think one thing to stress for folks is it seems like emphasizing the other reasons for you to replay this game, because some of you may have played Devil May Cry 4 before. Like, chances are you did. But going through them again with some of these characters, the movesets that you have at your disposal, and the sort of the stylish action that you can do with it, really, really surprised me for the most part. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to go that far.
Yeah, they're really changing it up, and especially Lady. She's built out to be more of a distance firearm kind of character. Super cool moves.
Controlling space with a rocket launcher, but that also has sort of a grappling hook on it, so she can pull
enemies in. Yeah, it's super cool.
And Trish also had sort of a way to control space where she's either throwing a blade out that's spinning and hitting certain enemies, but then either focusing her attention in another direction, or even this ridiculous attack that ends in a call out to like Hot Shots Golf, where she essentially lines up a T, smacks this enemy far, and then says, "Good shot." Like, it was just one of those like, wait, what? Like, really? I think that's what it felt like to me.
In a game that's already over the top, like that's just above and beyond. Yeah, like, pretty amazing.
So we also saw Virgil's sort of gameplay options in Bloody Palace, how he now uses teleport swords in a similar fashion to the way that DMC, the reboot of Devil May Cry, presented Virgil, where Virgil's able to sort of teleport across gaps using those swords. So you can use that in sort of these combat arena zones. We also saw some of his campaign. But overall, his style of play was interesting because of something called the concentration bar. So there's a bar across the top of the screen that basically so Virgil's character, according to Devil May Cry, is very zen. He's very focused. He's very careful and methodical. If you play according to that style and land your hits,
you get rewarded.
Yeah, you get sort of, well, tell folks about the reward. Like, do you remember like what sort of would happen to him? He essentially, his attacks get stronger, right? Or you see sort of like shadows to him, so you'll see like just a much more powerful version of the character, just tearing it up.
And each of the characters have some variation of this sort of mechanic where you get rewarded for playing in the style that they were built out to be played in. But I think Virgil's is maybe, if not necessarily the most forthright, it's definitely the most obvious. You can see it. There's no real activation. You just get stronger as you're playing. So
So this seems like good enough reasons to kind of drive you to, if you are interested in picking up Devil May Cry 4 to play again.
If you missed it the first time, or
because even Trish and Lady, their campaign works similar to Nero and Dante, where you're going to switch. You're going to go to a certain distance with one character and then play through the rest of the game again.
Plus, they've done a lot of work to upgrade the resolutions. I mean, it looked really good.
Yeah, it looks strong for the most part. I will say this though, there is still kind of the question hanging in the air. If you've played Devil May Cry 4, that towards the end, that sort of board game you play, has that been altered in any way to make it sort of less, just more fun? Because right away, like, that board game was just a huge break on what was a pretty great or good action game. So we're still waiting for Capcom to get back to us on that. But everything else that they showed was pretty strong, as far as I could say.
Do we have a release date?
This summer is all they're willing to say right now, so there's still more to show, and hopefully more for the. Hopefully next time we bring this to you, we can show you this Trish gameplay. We can show you Lady, because they are that good. And bundled in with what you're seeing right now with Virgil, I think they might have a compelling argument for at least anyone who wants to revisit Devil May Cry 4 again.
Well, there you have it. That's everything that we know so far about Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. For everything Capcom, Devil May Cry, and Jose Otero, keep it right here at IGN.